Okay, so we'll just start standing here in a parallel position. You'll notice that generally speaking, you know, I know when I stand in this position, I tend to want to take my feet out this way. But how about we take them in, notice, you know, second, third toe is forward. And let's just take a little roll of the foot, finding that pinky edge, feeling the stretch, and then maybe roll in. And then just do that a couple times, feeling the good stretch through the ankle, rolling back and forth. All right, nice. When do we ever do that? Not very often. Feel that stretch. Now I want to feel the soles of your feet, you know, just kind of connecting into the mat, feeling that grounding down through the earth. We'll draw the belly in and up without creating tension here in the shoulders. And then just roll those shoulders back. Good. From here, let's turn the palms, spread out those fingers. We'll get into fingers. And here we go. We'll go up on an inhale and exhale. So as you're moving through this particular stretch, imagine you're going through water, or you know, or you're going through clouds or something where you're kind of gently lifting something up and then releasing it down. Let's do that 2 more times. Little lift of the chest, exhale down, slightly lift your eyes here, lift extension, exhale, release. We'll go into lateral stretch, up and over. So you can just mirror me. And then we go up and over. We're grounding down evenly through the legs. Once again, being a bit aware of the soles of the feet connected. And you're thinking more about the up, 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 up. Not so much the bend. That bend will naturally happen. Let's do one more round. Here we go. We'll go up. And then we go up. Let's take both arms overhead. Both arms go up overhead. Notice where your shoulders are. Are they up here? If they are, let's stabilize them down the back. Good. Now our hands will go behind our head. Gently take yourself over. Now your head is gently moving into your hands. Your hands are not pressing into your head. You're beginning to activate your core here. You're going to stretch, and then you use that belly to bring yourself up. Stretch. Use your belly. Stretch. Use your belly. Let's go one more time. Over you go. Up you go. One more. Over you go. And up you go. Good. So standing cat-cow. We take our hands to our thighs. You put your booty back. Now here we feel just a slight opening of the chest as your tailbone lifts. You don't want to be aggressive with it. Exhale, stretch. So you drop your tailbone. Feel your shoulder blades open and stretch. Finding that upper mid-back and rib cage area stretch. Allow your eyes here to follow with you. You can hold that cat stretch if that feels good for you. We don't always have to move together. Let's do one more. Exhale. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and lift my booty. And I find more of a figure 4 look. And I'm stretching here in my hamstrings. Now I'm going to bend, my eyes lift. So eyes can be very important and helpful here in your class. Eyes go down. Eyes go up as we bend. So you're noticing here this stretch. And bend. Let's do 2 more. Lift the booty, look down. One more. Lift the booty, look down. And let's just bring ourselves all the way up. So classic Pilates roll. We're going to turn those palms. On an inhale, we're actually not really lengthening, but we just feel that energetic length of the body as we inhale, exhale. We're going to roll all the way down. The crown of the head leads the way. Those arms are heavy. We want to find a pretty generous bend in the knees. If I'm not doing that, then I'm kind of in this position. That's not a good one. So I want to find length in the spine. Feel the soles of the feet connect to the mat as the belly pulls in. And now we're going to roll the spine up, feeling each joint stack on top of each other. Roll those shoulders back. Good. On an inhale, you lift. On an exhale, you jump the door with your booty as you go all the way down. Now let's walk ourselves into a plank position from here. So just taking your time, taking a moment. Your eyes are down, making sure that face isn't dropped towards the mat. Feel those arm bones tuck in. You can always have your knees here down on this plank position. So feeling strong, your legs are involved. Your legs are involved here. So you feel those kneecaps lift, your quads get stronger, neck is long. Let's hold 5 more seconds. And we go 4, 3, 2, knees go back, and then we stretch. So we'll do a little bit of tabletop work. You can do cat-cows in this position as well, but we've already done that in a standing position. So we're gonna just move right to the focus on stabilizing through the center. We're gonna take that left leg, send it out. Send it right about hip height, and it may be able to go farther, but that's not what we're trying to do. Flex your foot. If you feel stable, that opposite arm can go up. You may notice a little quivering, a little rocking around. It's okay. And then we'll release that. Very nice. And then we go to the other side. That right leg goes out. Then it goes up. It's right about hip height. You flex your foot. Opposite arm goes up. Eyes are down. Notice the stability happening. That's what we're looking for, stability through center. And then we'll go ahead and release that. Let's switch that up. Let's take the right arm out first. And then the left leg. Good. And then we'll do the opposite. We're going to take left arm, right leg. Nice. Okay, now we're going to add on a little bit of challenge. We're going to take the left leg out, the left leg goes up, the right arm goes up. So we're looking for complete stability here through center as we bend the elbow, bend the knee, and then reach it out. So most of us naturally want to start moving into a little bit of flexion and extension in this, but that's not what we're doing. We're looking for those deep stabilizing muscles to hold us as the arm and the leg move. Let's do one more. In, out, release. Okay, other side. Here we go. The right leg, left arm. We're going to go ahead and lift it. Feel that lower belly begin to stabilize you. And we bend. And we reach. So really find that full length. Send that leg out long. Bring it back in. Send it long. Let's do 2 more. That's fun. Hold right there. All right, let's pop it up just with one more thing here. I'm going to take my right hand to the back of my head. I want to make sure I'm not dropped into that left shoulder. It's a light touch to my head. Lift your elbow. Exhale, let's tap our forearm. Let your eyes follow. Lift the elbow. Good. Finding our obliques. Saying good morning. And rotate. It's a light touch to your head. You don't want your hand pushing on your head. The movement is coming from center. Let's do one more. Good stuff. Okay. Light tap. Lift that elbow. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Eyes follow. Find your full range. Don't push through it, but find it. Tap. Open. Tap. Open. Let's do one more. We tap. And we open. And release that. Let's just go right onto our belly. Just for a little extension warm up. We'll do a little bit more later in class. But here, your legs are strong. Your tailbone lengthens a bit. You find those forearms. You roll your shoulders back. Now you can feel the forearms kind of slightly drawing back for you to create length in the body as you lift. We want to be very careful not to overextend the neck. That happens a lot. And then we take that down. Your tailbone's long, your legs are strong. Roll those shoulders back. Climb your way up. And release. Let's do one more. Those shoulders roll back. Your tailbone's long. And you lift. And then we lower. We're going into flight. Flight is not about so much the lift. We're looking for length. That's our priority. You can bring your legs a little bit closer together. Your hands go towards your thighs. You roll those shoulders back. Your tailbone is long, and then you hover off the mat. So your eyes are straight down towards the mat. Your shoulders are reaching away from your ears. We feel kind of an oppositional movement. And we release that. And we're going to do that one more time. That one was fast. Let's roll those shoulders back. Tailbones long. Reach. Lengthen. There's lots of tension happening in the body. It's good tension. It's not bad tension. We're going to hold. 3, 2, 1. Release. Okay, just stretch that out for a moment. And we'll all make our way to a seated position. So again, if my breath, I tend to cue breath a lot. It's a very important principle of Pilates, or really any mind-body class. If what I'm cueing doesn't work for you, just focus on, good natural breathing. What we want to steer away from is any holding of the breath, which does happen. So I'm going to use my ball. If you don't have a ball, you don't need it. Just feeling a little engagement there. Your knees are towards the ceiling. Take your hands behind your thighs. Actually, I'm going to draw my sit bones a little bit further back. That'll help with something. Okay. And my hands go behind my thighs. I'm going to use my hands to put slight pressure. As I do that, I'm going to feel myself gently lengthen up. Right? Good. All right. Now on an exhale, my belly's going to draw in. I'm going to feel my tailbone begin to move towards my heels. I'm looking for a C curve here in my spine. And then I'm going to climb my way up. And then we go again. So the exhale really is the only breath pattern that works right here. You can do an inhale and then exhale up, or we exhale back. Inhale, hold. Exhale up. Let's try another breath pattern. Let's exhale back and then inhale up. So whichever one works for you, just go for it. But here we go. We're going to take it back. It's like someone's pulling a rug out from underneath your pelvis, and you come up. You want to allow the chest here to soften back. The chin drops a little bit. So the entire spine is moving into a level of flexion. We take it back, but it's very controlled. Come on up. Okay, let's take those arms. So here we go. The shoulder blades are stable. Collarbone is wide. Exhale, roll. We engage that ball a little bit, and then we climb our way up. Good. Exhale. Soft. That was always a hard one for me to get, was just that soft in the chest. You may even think wide through the rib cage. You may even think that cue may help a little bit. Come on up. Let's do a few more. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, climb your way up. We're going to do one more. We're going to hold right here. Feel that tailbone move a little bit closer to your heel. Squeeze your ball. Let's take one arm, bring it up. And then we bring it down. And then we bring it up. We bring it down. Squeeze that ball. Let's do one more round. Up you go. And down. Last one. And down. Lead with the crown of your head as we rebuild the spine right there. Okay, we'll add in a little oblique work. Let's take that ball. If you don't have a ball, don't worry about it. Just follow your fingers. So let's look at our ball. Eyes follow the ball. You roll off the sit bones. Find your sit bones. Roll off the sit bones. Find your sit bones. Roll. Lift. Roll. Lift. Let's do one more round. Here we go. Eyes are traveling with you. And last side. And release. Okay, we're finally ready to make our way all the way down to the mat. I'm going to set my little props aside. All right, let's take those legs long. Legs here will go long. Maybe externally rotate them a little bit. Feel more that anchoring, the squeezing of the legs as we make our way all the way down the mat. And as control of the manner as we can do. Okay. Let's bring those legs just up to a knee up position. So your heels are about in line with your sit bones. They're not far apart here. So and you don't want them too far out. Let's bring them in. Notice the pubic bone and the hip bone are all in that same horizontal plane because you're in a neutral position. Your lower spine is off the mat. On an exhale, just gently Release the lower spine onto the mat. There, your pubic bone then is higher than your hip bones. And then release that back to neutral. So we do that a few times, just becoming aware of the position of the spine, because often we're going to be looking for stability here, and we want to find the best place where we can stay strong with the core without movement. But right now, we're just intentionally finding these pelvic rocks. The glutes are not involved. So a lot of times, I see a lot of pushing of the lower spine and then the glutes activating. It's just an easy movement. It's just a rock. So let's all find that imprint here. So you just feel the entire spine connected to the mat. We're going to lead with the tailbone as we peel the spine off the mat, moving ourselves slowly into a bridge position. In this particular bridge, you're heavy in your shoulders, but we're not looking for extension. We're just heavy in the shoulders, pretty heavy there in the heels as well, but you notice that big toe mound, you notice your baby toe. We take an inhale here, exhale. We move one joint, one vertebrae at a time, bringing some mobility into the spine. And then we move into neutral as that pubic bone drops. Let's do that a little more quickly. Spine imprints, tailbone leads the way. Ripple your way all the way up. Holding here, breathing here. Let's add on to this. I'm going to put a little pressure down into the sole of my left foot. Keeping my hip bones level, I'm going to lift my right. Pretty challenging stuff. And then when you're ready, you take it down and then press down into that right foot and lift. So we don't move very quickly because we want to move in sequence here. I'm going to release my leg. I'm going to notice my foot pressing into the mat, and then I switch it up. I'm keeping my hip bones level at all times. Switch it up. Let's just do one more round. Or maybe just hold bridge. Make sure those eyes are to the sky. You have space between your chin and your chest. Hold. Now I'm going to release my pelvis, my hips all the way down. We're going to move into what we call either a chest lift or an ab prep. There's lots of different words to it. Sometimes you hear the word crunch. This is not a crunch for a lot of different reasons. So I'll cue through that. Let's take our hands behind our head. You feel the back of your neck lengthen as your chin slightly drops. Now here, my breath begins, my belly draws down, my ribs are gliding towards my hips, yet my pelvis is stable. And then I release that. All right, let's do that again. Let's bring ourselves up. We're going to hold it. Keep the tips of your shoulder blades on the mat. We're not going up as high as we can. We're drawing our belly down as well. Release that. We're going to do 2 more like that. Exhale, come on up. Feel length through the back body. Release. It's harder than it looks. Exhale, come on up. Feel the tips of the shoulder blades. And release. Here we go. Let's do our add-on. A lot of you know this. We're going to come on up, hold here, feel those tips. Now take your hands, touch the back of your thighs. Now come on up a little bit higher as the ribs glide to the hips. Let's hold as the hands go back behind the head and release. We have 3 more of those. Let's find the tips of our shoulder blades. Let's tap behind the thighs. Let's lift a little bit higher. Let's hold here. Release. 1 more. Here we go. Up we go. Tap. Higher. Hold. Release. I don't know about you guys, but every time I do that, I'm feeling it. Okay. Here we go. Now I want to feel my sacrum and my tailbone just gently. It's gentle. It's gentle. It's not harsh. It's a gentle movement into the mat. I'm stabilizing my pelvis and my hips. And then my right leg comes up. And then my left leg comes up. I'm at about a 90-degree angle. I tend to be a little bit more open. So it's kind of a 90-90. We go into our leg floats. We're looking for stability through center as my right toe taps. And then it comes up. So a lot of us tend to over-focus on the legs. What you want to focus on, we don't want the spine moving into any extension. We don't want any movement through center. We're just allowing the legs to float through the air as those deep core stabilizing muscles that connect all the way around are holding us. You may notice in Pilates, we don't do too many reps of anything. We want to maintain our form at all times. And we do one more. All right, let's go ahead and bring that in and turn your ankles. Let's take a moment just to open up our hamstrings a little bit. I'm going to put one foot on the floor. I'm going to take my hand behind my left thigh, drawing that leg in, and then I'm going to stretch up. And I go down. So again, you can maybe visualize the top of your foot, just kind of pressing through water or pressing through kind of a heavy mud or something like that, just lifting it. So here we're asking the body to trust us. We're not going to move too quickly. We're going to allow the hamstring to gently lengthen. This last one here, we're going to hold. Then we flex the foot and we push down. And then we drag the heel in. And knee goes to shoulder and stretch. And push. And drag. And lift. And stretch. And push. Let's do one more. Drag. And lift. And stretch. And push. Good job. That leg comes in. Opposite leg. Let's bring it up. And then here you go. So just kind of like you're stretching a rubber band. You want to be gentle with it. I think of sometimes, you know, if you're baking or something and trying to stretch out, if you're making bread or something and trying to stretch that out, but not let the dough snap. So we want to be gentle here. Let's do a couple more. So we're holding the thigh to anchor it so we can stretch away. Let's do one more. Here we go. We go up. Foot flexes. Let's reach through the heel. And then drag that heel in. Bring your knee to the shoulder and you go up. And you push it away. And we're going to do a couple more. So just moving at your own pace. Last one. Okay. Now we're going to bring those legs, reverse tabletop. From here, I'm going to lengthen my spine on the mat. I'm going to take my hands out to the side. Let's rotate over to the right, keeping that left shoulder on the mat. My left knee is in line with my right knee. If it's falling behind, either bring it up or don't go as far. Let's lift those arms, test our balance. Reach those arms long, come on back to center. And we go to the other side. So it's a twist, right knee's in line with the left. Let's hold here, lift. Arms feel soft, fingers feel soft. Come on back and bring it center. Let's go again. We're going to add on. We're going to rotate here. I'm going to take my right leg that was just stretched and extend it. I'm going to take my left leg and extend it. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Let's come on back and then we bend. You can stay with just bent legs. The hamstrings are a bit limiting. And I'm going to go left and I'm going to go right and I'm going to bring it back and bend. Let's go again. Twist. Go right, go left, bring it back, and bend. Again, twist, go left, go right, bring it back, and bend. We have one more round. We're going to take both legs together, or you can just keep them bent. That's fine. Stretch it out, bring it back, and bend, and go left, and reach, and bring it back, and bend. Let's take those hands right behind the head. On an exhale, come on up. Or you can keep your head on the mat here too, if this isn't feeling good for you. Let's send those legs out long. And then we're going to bring them back. And we're going to send them. So focus on length here. Go all the way. Lead with your big toes. Bring it back. Let those kneecaps lift. Your quad gets strong. Then you come back. So your spine is not moving into any extension. You're steady. So that may mean that those legs need to go a little bit higher. Let's do one more. Let's stretch, bring it back, and good job. Okay, let's roll ourselves up. So we're going to, let's go right into saws, okay? Saw is a very classic Pilates move. If you're tight in the hamstrings, which lots of us are, you can sit on something or you can keep your knees bent. So there's lots of options here. We're gonna take those arms out. So there's multiple parts to this particular exercise. First is the twist. The back thumb turns down. The front little pinky goes towards that pinky toe. And then we bring ourselves up and then we turn and twist, reach. So it's not just in the legs and the hamstrings here. You want to feel that oppositional reach of your arms. So feel free to work at your own pace. Stretch. That little pinky goes to the outside of your pinky toes. We've got double pinky going on here. As you reach, stretch. And begin to notice, are my sit bones, when I go to the right, is my left sit bone wanting to lift? It's probably wanting to, so you don't want to go any further than where it stays stable on. So it's a twist. Back arm is like you're trying to grab something behind you. Have you ever ran like a medley race, and your arms behind you and you're grabbing the baton? And let's do one more round. Working with your own breath, working at your own pace. And we'll come on up from there. We'll go right into our spine stretch. Again, with spine stretch, maybe you want those legs crossed, maybe even like this, if that works better for your hamstrings, maybe you're okay in this particular position. Let's grab our balls. You don't have to use a ball. It's just something to hold on to, but if you want to. Okay, now in this position, I want to feel myself connected to a wall behind me. Here, my shoulders, back of my head is connected to a wall. I'm going to gently draw my belly in and up, feeling myself barely climb up that wall, keeping my pelvis vertical. I'm going to go over a big beach ball. So I have to draw my lower belly in and up, and I'm stretching in that rib cage area. Now I'm going to rebuild, connecting with that wall behind me. We inhale up, exhale over the beach ball. Shoulders are soft. Let's keep those shoulders down. And let's do two more like that. So the pelvis stays vertical. The back of your hips stay connected to that wall as you go over. It's harder than it looks, really. Belly goes in and up. We're up and over this beach ball. Let's go. And then we climb our way up. Okay, now we're going to add on to this. Let's slightly climb up our wall. Belly draws in and up. We go over that beach ball. Now here, lift your eyes, hinge your pelvis forward, look at your ball, and then lift. So we'll all be at different angles here. Up and over. We want a long spine. Eyes lift. So let's momentarily hold that stretch. We'll do two more. Over. Reach, stretch. Lift. Good. Again, up and over. Hinge forward. Lift your eyes. Notice it. And lift. Perfect. All right, let's put the balls aside. And if you want to use your ring for spine twist, you can. If you don't have a ring, just take a little circle with your arms. We're going to take the ring to the base of the sternum. So spine twist, legs can be long, legs can be crossed. I tend to cross my legs. I've got a little bit tight hamstrings, and it just allows my body to, my torso to be a little bit long. So to roll those shoulders back down. So it's not necessarily softening them, it's more stabilizing. You feel those shoulder blades go down and in. All right, little energetic lift through the crown of the head. We're gonna take the first one slowly as we wrap the rib cage around, and then take it one more inch, and then one more inch. You're staying out of your shoulders, you're in your core, and then we come back. There's a tendency to want to shift with or rotate with the shoulders. Keep it here. Here we go, rotate. Go a little bit more. Let's find it, just squeak out another inch, and then come back. Good, let's do that again. Twist, squeak out a half an inch, and maybe just a little millimeter there, and then come back. Here we go. Twist, twist, twist. So now we're going to bring that up to pace where it's more of a pulse. The pulse is not to just keep going back to the same place you were. The pulse is to go a little bit further each time. We inhale, exhale, pulse, pulse, and further. Come on back. And we go. Twist, twist, twist. Come on back. Work from center. Come on back. Twist, twist, twist. Come on back. Let's do that one more time. Rotate. Your eyes are traveling around the room with you. Use your breath. Twist, twist, twist. Good. Okay. So done correctly, when you're done with that, it's kind of a, whoo, that was a lot, because it's a very intermediate exercise. Generally, if you're new to Pilates, you're wanting to turn with the shoulders, and that's going to make you feel like you're rotating more, from the torso, but that's really not the case. So let's reach those arms out. We're just going to keep those arms long, like a bicycle spoke, and then we're going to rotate and rotate and rotate and come on back. Let's go again. Come on back. We're just doing one more round. Twist, 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 and back. Last side. Twist, 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 and back. Release. We're ready for our roll up. If you're new to Pilates, I would encourage, or if roll up just is a real struggle, I would just encourage half roll, where you find that C curve and then come up. I would just encourage that. That's going to help bring some mobility to the spine. Oftentimes roll up can be hard. So let's just do some of this half roll back first. Let's scoop, feel the spine flex, use your core to rise up. Let's do 2 more like that. And then those of you that want to go into full roll up, you can, and lift. And we roll back. And you come up. Okay, we can either go with single leg roll up. Most of you know this drill. If you want to go right into full roll up, you can do that. I'll do both. I know those at home have been joining us for a long time. So you know the drill. Find the roll up that you need. If you're using the ring, your foot is in the ring, you roll your way back, you're anchored through that opposite leg. On an exhale, you push down into the ring and feel that spine. Let me just stay with that. There's a little bit of rhythm to this. There's lots happening. Making sure the chin drops as you roll your way up. And the ring, if you're using the ring, it can help control the roll down. So you're allowing the spine to move slower, finding that stretch. So you don't have to have the ring to do single leg roll up. The anchoring through the lower body is very important. So as my left leg lifts, I really feel my right leg connected to the mat. If I'm going into full roll up, I want to feel the squeezing of the legs, the connection of the back of the legs into the mat. That serves to anchor my lower body, allowing the upper body to move more freely. Again, this is it's a very challenging exercise if you're new to Pilates. Let's do one more. Take advantage of your exhale as you roll your way up. And how about we all meet on our back? All the way on our backs, because we've got our ab series to go. So let's find our way to our back. I'm going to just wheel my way around here. And find your way to your back. So Pilates, it's a series of 5 different exercises that have many variations, many modifications. I kind of like to modify it up a bit, keeping it fresh each week. But we're going to begin just in that traditional single leg stretch. As we exhale, draw the belly down, come on up. Hug one leg in, the other goes long. Lift those elbows, pull your belly down, eyes soft, and then we go. Reach, reach. So it's an oppositional movement as you're stretching. Stretch, stretch, reach, reach, reach. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. You have options. You can keep your head on the mat. You can take your ring, put it behind your head. Come up into flexion. There we go. All right, let's take those legs, bring them up to the sky. Let's reach them out. Let's bring them in. Let's go up to the sky. Stretch, reach, and in. 2 more. Up, out, and in. Last one. Up, out, and in. Let's reverse that. Let's go out and lift and bend and out and lift and bend. 2 more. Out, lift, bend. Last one. Out, lift, and bend. Good. Let's go ahead. We'll just keep this moving. We're going to take our feet down to the mat. Release your head momentarily. Again, you can just have your hands behind your head as well if you don't have a ring. Let's go ahead and come on up into that ab prep. And then take it down. Now we're going to go over to the right, lifting the left shoulder. Let your eyes travel with you. And then bring it back. Let's go center. We go center. And back. Let's go to the left. Right shoulder lifts. And back. Keep following that pattern. We go center. And back. Your head's heavy in the ring. You feel a heaviness through your sacrum tailbone area to keep the hips from rolling toward you, kind of keeping it from moving around. So keep that stable. Working at your own pace. How about we do one more round? Up and back and over and back. Belly draws down and back. We go last side and back. Good job. Let's go ahead and release that ring. And we'll do just a little traditional crisscross or bicycle. It's all the same thing. We're gonna take our hands though just behind our head here. We're gonna come on up. I'm gonna send my left leg long, my right knee comes in. And then I twist. And then I twist. And reach. And reach. Keep your belly pulling down. Twist. Twist. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Bring that in. So you can take a break right now. If you want to do a few scissors with me, we can do that, making sure that that bottom leg doesn't go too far down where you have tension in your back. So I'm going to take one leg out. My other leg's going to go up. I'm going to climb my way up that leg. My elbows are wide, and then I go 8, 7. Belly's drawing down. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Good job. Let's just gently find the feet. Arms go long. All we're going to do is push down the feet, feel the hips lift. That's all we're doing, just kind of moving the body in an opposite position. And it was just good. And then we'll just release those hips. We're going to get right into some side leg work. We're beginning to run out of time, so let's just get right into it. I'm going to move my mat. Let's begin with clam, just traditional clam. Today, take a real focus on keeping the hip bones stacked. We don't want one hip bone. We don't want to be rolled back here. We want to make sure that we're getting into the side hip, not so much that front hip flexor. Let's keep the lower leg down and then just open and close. Maybe even touch your hip. Notice the stability of it. It's not moving. It's staying stacked over the lower hip bone. Do that. And let's do just one more. And then we're going to add in this foot lift. We're going to lift both feet. Keep your hand. And then you open and close. Keeping those hip bones stacked. Open and close. Using your breath. Let's do one more. Let's hold this one. You just take your leg and stretch it. Stretch it. Release it. Stretch it. Release it. Let's do 2 more. Reach and tap. Last one. And tap. Lower. Lower. Legs go diagonal. Now in this diagonal position, I'd like for you to rotate your legs. Your heels are together, your toes are not. We're trying to work more inner outer thigh. Let's drag that toe up Bring the knee up, stretch, and push, and drag, and lift, and stretch. So it's kind of a four-way. Here we drag, knee to shoulder, stretch, and push. Two more. Drag, lift, stretch, and push. And one more. Drag, lift, stretch, and push. We're going up and down, up and down. Maintain a little space here. We don't want to feel too much compression between the ribs and the hips. We want to feel light on the underside of the body. And maybe our legs just one just a little bit. So you go up and reach through the heel. Two more. Up and press. Last one. And press. Okay, let's just go right to the other side. And sometimes just a light touch to that side of the body, or to that part of the body, you know, that you want stability, can be a good thing. So I'm just going to touch my hips here. You don't want to be too far in. So you want those heels more in line with your sit bones and a little bit more open in the leg. It's open and close. Ooh, new plan could be so complicated. And it's really not. It's just kind of knowing proper form. Lift. Lower. So be gentle with the body. Don't push through anything. We'll do one more like that. And now we lift the feet. Open and close. So you find your range. Notice it, and then you get out of it. You don't try and push through any further. On this last one, we're going to hold. We're going to hold right here, lifting the kneecaps, stretch the leg. Bring it back. So you're wanting that leg to feel like it's growing longer. And back, and two more. We're going to go long. And back, and one more. Go long. And back. Knees come down. Feet come down. Let's go diagonal. Take a moment to rotate your legs. So again, we don't want to feel really kind of pushed and compressed here. So I want to feel some lightness here and some openness in my rib hip area. Let's drag, bring it up, stretch it up, reach it down. Just stay with that at your own pace. Just enjoying the movement, feeling the length of the leg as you reach through the heel. Maybe even you feel that leg getting a little bit longer every time you push through the heel. We've got a couple more. Okay, we're going to go down and up. It's a lift, reach, lift. It's like a little spring. It springs your leg up and then you push and resist the spring. You're allowing the spring to bring you up and then you push away from the spring. A couple more, up. So you can take these slowly. You can take them more quickly. Really depends on what you're trying to do, what feels good for you. Let's do one more. Up. Okay, let's go right onto our into a tabletop position here. Now in this tabletop position, I'd like for you to bring your hips a little bit back behind your knees, so your shoulders are not over your hands. Begin to draw the tailbone towards the pubic bone, dropping the chin. Feel that good stretch. Just a little variation of cat-cow. Release that. And do that just one more time. So I'm feeling my tailbone move down towards the mat, almost like the tailbone's moving towards the pubic bone. My chest is and all right, let's shift ourselves forward, curl your toes. When you're ready, let those knees hover. Holding that. We're going to lift up and back into a downward facing dog type, pike type of position. And then I'm going to either walk my feet to my hands to the feet. It's all good. Relax your neck, relax your arms. Take a moment to do that. As the belly draws in, you're going to naturally feel the soles of your feet connect to the floor as we roll our way up. All the way. Let's roll our shoulders back. We're taking 2 breaths. First one's the practice. Big inhale. that naturally takes you to that exhale that leads you right back to the inhale. Open mouth here. Great work.